All right, people, this is a look at a season game, a franchise game. I actually jumped ahead so that we could see some actual franchise mode presentation. So when you have some accumulated stats and that whole thing, because obviously the presentation changes with statistical overlays and the like. So I wanted to go into the season to see what some of that looks like. Looking at the loading time, I think we're about 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 seconds, which is consistent with what we were seeing in the Twitch streams, which is always a good thing. And there's Ramon and the people out there in the at US Cellular Field. So, looking pretty decent. I'm going to try not to give too many impressions in these videos. I'm saving that for the review. Looking good, though. Looking good. Let's see if anything I see in this game actually changes that. So I won't be jumping ahead in anything. I'm going to try to discipline myself not to button through anything. And because of that, it usually makes it, the game take a little bit longer. So I'm only going to probably play an inning or two, depending on how quickly this is moving. But you see, look at the one thing we notice is here, you see the dirt, the way the dirt looks. It's wet early, because early in the game, the dirt is always wet. Look at that. Series recap. That's nice. Didn't have that last year, I don't believe. At least it didn't look exactly like this. So that's one piece of visual presentation. But yeah, the dirt's wet early, and as the game goes on, the dirt will dry. So really cool. Jose Reyes. Beard doesn't look totally real, but maybe a weird texture. But like Brad Penny, his he looks everything. The facial hair, everything looks real. So he is having a rough year, isn't he? 2.8, 5.83 ERA. Wow, you ain't getting anybody out, are you? Get my warm-up pitches. I'm not going to skip through this either. As a person who has been to US Cellular Field more times than I could count, it's always rendered pretty doggone good. So I may actually turn I'm using the old school pitch, like you see it shows which direction the pitch breaks. I'm actually doing the old school version, not what they have new in this year's version, that actually maps the trajectory of each pitcher's pitch. What I was told when I was in Scottsdale talking to Ramon Russell is that they took a look at every single pitcher, so say for instance we're talking about Brad Penny's sweeping curveball. Took a look at every single sweeping curveball that Brad Penny threw last year, and they took an average of what the break is on each one of his pitches, each one of those pitches, and they did that for every single pitch for every single pitcher. That's pretty amazing. So, we'll see how that actually looks. So I'm going to change that part of the pitching visuals so we can see the new things. I don't want to make I've already went in and changed everything and made it play the way I'm probably going to play it, but just look at that sky, looks pretty cool. Also, partially filled stands. Now, what I don't know is, do the stands get more filled as the game moves on? So we see this here, Jose Reyes. I got it on dynamic difficulty, but let's jump in here and change. Pitching is what we want to change. Okay, pitching ball marker. So I think we're talking pitch trail fade, I think is what the new one is. So let's look at that. Yeah, this is it. I kind of like that. I think I'll stick with that. So that's one piece of the new that I'll run with. So that sweep and curve. So I'm listening to, I've turned it down a little bit so you guys can hear me. which I'll do a couple videos without me talking. So you guys, if you want to hear just the commentary, take a listen to some of the other stuff that's going to be on here. But yeah, I got it turned down a little bit. But they're talking a bit about what happened in the series and that sort of thing, and what kind of role the White Sox are on. Saying they won 7 of their last 10, took 2 out of 3 so far in this 4-game series. So I like all of that, breaking down everything that the person has done in this series. Which sometimes they would show stuff like that in previous versions of the show, like last year, but not all the time. And sometimes I find myself wanting to see that when a guy would take the plate. There's that split screen. That's new. Ramon pointed that out to me. Oh, I made a mistake and button through something. All right, no buttoning through. No button. It takes some patience. You just get used to pushing through this stuff. And the presentation guys, they really don't. They're like, you know how many hours we spent putting that in, and you just gonna button through it like it don't even matter. That's the oldest ball boy ever. That ball boy is like 42 years old. That's a ball man. That's a ball senior citizen. I don't know what that's about. Sit down. So we're looking at the leaders there. Look, Stanton, Rizzo got 21 home runs already. Just so you know, this is right before the All-Star break. So if you're looking at these, looking at the leaders and wondering, where? Oh, Jose Bautista is obviously one of those guys. Look at him. Didn't play in the last game. He just said. Oh, that was screaming, hit me. One thing I'll tell you, though, well, not real. Jose Abreu is leading the world in home runs right now with 27. That's pretty impressive. I didn't hit any of those home runs with Abreu, so I can't take any credit for it because I simmed all the way up here. Now, the other thing, what I'm not going to change for this video is the camera views. Anybody who's ever watched any of my videos knows that I do everything from the broadcast view. I'm not going to change that, even though I know most people hit from behind the hitter. I don't. I hit from whatever the broadcast view is. I don't know. I like it because, bobble. Ugh. Oh, we're just bobbling the ball all over the place. Nobody's catching it clean. I've noticed a little bit more like what you almost want to call extreme humanity in the fielding, which basically manifests itself in guys seem to be making a little bit more. They're not quite as sure-handed. I don't know if that's something that's kind of programmed in that we can't like really affect, or what. But I noticed. I mean, it's not so much where it's just like ridiculous. And look at the stitching on the back of the jersey. That's pretty good. He's got the perfect lining on the back of his head too. I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean, I'm noticing. I would say where am I at now? Okay, 11 in errors. Could just be coincidence, but I've seen 3 bobbled ball. Like the ball comes to the guy, and he literally just bobbles it like we just saw with LaRoche and makes an error. So, he got a good piece of that. Oh, mercy. Off the wall. Bautista's going to score. Thought it was getting out of here, but look at it. Look at the skin texture there. Oh. All right, we're going to but if you don't make that error, we're already out of this inning. All right, so we get out with minimal damage unless he makes one of those errors. Got it. You know what I like to hear with the commentating is like, when he makes that comment, like you said, with it, thanks to the double, just something simple like with the RBI double by Edwin Encarnacion. They need to definitely scan or do something with Robin Ventura, because that's not Robin Ventura. I don't know who that guy is. I don't know what he did with Robin Ventura, but people miss him. Marcus Stroman wearing number 6. That's a really good render, though. He's not pitching all that well, too, so this is set up to be a high-scoring affair. Russell Martin turned down my Cubs in free agency. It's all right. Miguel Montero's going to have a better year. No, he's really not, but I just would like to believe that. Two for 7 with 2 strikeouts this series. Not doing all that great out of that leadoff spot, are you there? All right, so this is where people think I'm crazy because I hit out of this field. But, yeah, I was kind of getting into why I do that. Look at that render. That's sickening. That's awesome. But I do it because, like, every ballpark you play at, it's like a whole different experience, because they're using broadcast angles, so every behind the picture view is different because the camera is stationed where it is if you watch a game at that actual ballpark. So it's almost kind of like, how some people hit at certain places better because it's a better hitting background and all that kind of thing. So I kind of look at it like it's the same type of experience. So that's the reason why I do it that way. So, it is what it is. Nice looking grass there, too. Melky, he's having a pretty good series. Hitting .333 with a dinger and 4 driven in. I don't know. I'll be honest. I feel like we know what. I feel like Abreu was so good last year. I just don't. I think and because he's older too, not like a super young rookie. I think he is legit. Barring injury, he's going to put up big numbers. Offensively, I think the key to the White Sox season is Melky Cabrera and LaRoche. As those guys go, I think so will go the White Sox offense. That's just my personal opinion. Now, I got a pretty good pitch to hit. Oh, ground ball didn't get through. Oh, it's kind of inside. It's Torres. Cesar, it's Torres. Don't run through him. Oh, good, good. I thought we was going to get a body pass through there. We didn't get that. Abreu, look at that. If he puts up those kind of numbers again by the All-Star break for the White Sox, we're going to start hearing people talk about Frank Thomas, all kinds of stuff. He's a huge guy out here. Batting stance is really good. Going away. I'm thinking curveball low. I'm thinking, no, that's not right. Oh, ripped it up the middle. Abreu. Right back at you. I think that render there could be a little bit better, though. Skin tone's there, but face not quite that accurate, but, happens. LaRoche. Not hitting good in his last 10 games here. Only 252, 11 home runs, 34 RBIs. That's not going to be sufficient to protect Abreu in the lineup if that's what he does in real life. So White Sox fans are hoping this is not the way things are going to go. Oh, that's a strike, huh? I guess so. I would like to kind of see what happens. Maybe I'll skip ahead a little bit, and we can see like on guys' second at bats and stuff like that, so you can see what some of the statistical overlays are for that. I'm buttoning through stuff. I apologize. Ripped. Abreu, I think you can go third because you had to turn. I think you can do it. He makes it. Runners at the corners. Oh, yeah. That hung up there. That hung up there saying, hit me, hit me. And I obliged. Okay, so now we didn't get anything for this guy, and I didn't button through at all. So we didn't even, Connor Gillespie's up, and he didn't even get any kind of fanfare, statistical or anything. I don't think I buttoned through. Oh, that's another good pitch to hit. And that one is one hop in the fence. That's going to score 2. I just believe it's going to score 2. I just believe it. I just really believe it. And it is not. He's dead meat. So why are we showing this again? Okay, I don't know what that's about. It shouldn't show it from the previous half inning. It should show like the RBI double I just had. What about what I did? I think that's probably something right there that'll probably get patched. But I'm going to skip ahead deeper into the game because you can still fast forward. We're going to let's go to the 7th inning when the dirt should be dry. And also you should maybe see some different shadows, and some people will have had some different at-bats and all that kind of stuff. So, all right. So, yep. See, the dirt is dry now. Okay, so they're just switching instead of showing what you did in the series. They show what you did in the game there. It's popped up. As you can see, the dirt is dry, which is cool. I don't know. Let me see. I was about to say not that much different in terms of it's not that much different for this particular game because it was an early start. So we don't see that big a difference from shadowing, but it just looks brighter out there, period, though. And the crowd is not filling in more. Those upper deck seats are still empty. He's got 2 doubles and 2 ribbies. And they're beating the White Sox 6-2. And it's not my fault. I only gave up 1 of those runs. The slick back hairstyle kind of looks like a Wolfman, though. I mean, it's good, but it kind of looks like a little bit like a Wolfman. I don't think that's necessarily what they were going for, but yeah, Wolfman. There we go. All right, so I'm going to take my bat and now wrap this particular video up. All right, Connor Gillespie didn't get any love on that first one. We got some. Now he got a RBI double. I did that. Doggone right I did. Oh, that's up the middle. That's a base hit. First pitch swinging. Avastel Garcia's up. He's got a double today. He's giving up 13 hits, but he's still in the game because we only got 2 runs. Strike. Avasail. I thought it was Avasail, but hey, I don't have to know how to pronounce every White Sox first base, every White Sox first name. You catch me with the Cubs, but oh, late on the cutter. Another cutter, this time away. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. No, he doesn't. Oh, curveball dropped just off the table. Alexei! Every time I see Alexi, I just hear Hawk Harrelson yelling that in the Mark Burley no hitter, perfect game, I should say. Oh yeah. Oh, too early. Give me something good. Oh, that's not gonna work out. That'll move the runner up to second. Oh, he almost threw it away going to third. No double play. Base hit scores a run, Alexi. You know that, right? I'm sure you do. You can still do that. Oh, I should do that a little bit. Oh! Around good again. Now, this is directional hitting. Your timing still matters, but oh, he just put his leg right through the stool, huh? All right. Hey, sometimes that happens. But yeah. So I can try to pull it, go the other way. I can hit the ground ball, go up in the air, hit a fly ball. Either way, I'm gonna try to pull this. Oh, but you can't pull what you don't hit. You pull a muscle, but you might not pull the ball. So there that is. So Lexi going to sit down. But yeah, your timing still matters. So if you swing super late and you try to pull the ball, it's still probably going to go the other way. But it does help to look at the spin on the ball. That was nice. It still helps to try to influence it. But then, like as I was told by Ramon in Scottsdale, things like the hitter spray chart and all that still matters too. So, oh, late on that one. Come on, you need to come up with a clutch hit. That's just what I believe. I believe that. I believe that. That was my Roman Reigns. Did you get that? No. It's 108 pitches for Strowman. I mean, how? I mean, what's going on? I mean, what era of baseball are we in? Can you get him out of here? Even though I've been hitting him, so we've been hitting him. I shouldn't want him out. He's having a little bit of hard time finding that strike zone now. I'm sitting on fastball. I'm sitting dead red. I didn't get it. Oh, smacked it, but right at somebody. So that was that. Just to give you a little bit of a presentation within a season. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. But I appreciate y'all watching. God bless. Peace.